This week on the Jock and Nerd podcast, we review the first 2 episodes of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, plus reactions to the new trailer for Ryan Coogler's Sinners movies, Netflix's 2025 slate, what trailers to expect and not expect during the big game, and more, all in this edition of the Jock and Nerd Weekly for Sunday, February 2nd, 2025.
This is Jason Mewes, and for reasons best left between you and your therapist, you're listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast, Snooch to the Nooch. Check. Check 1. All right. This is for all you fans out there. Let's give it up.
Jock it, we nerd it. We funny, disturb it. We jock it, we nerd it. We spoiler alert. Oh yeah!
What's up, listener? How you doing? Thank you for pressing play, and welcome to the Jock and Nerd Podcast, where we give you comic book and superhero, TV and movie news, reviews, and whatever we choose. Jock and Nerd. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
And he's the nerd.
And joining us, he's back. It's your friendly neighborhood spider, Ruggs. We call him Rug Boy. What's up, Ruggs?
My hands are sticky but for not the spider reasons.
Oh no, where's it coming out of?
Don't ask.
Remember this clip, guys?
My spider shits are tingling.
It's a classic.
There you go.
It's a classic.
And they still are.
Yes. We'll see how much your spider shits tingle during the.
I put Ben Gay on it.
Yes,
a little bit better.
it's soothing.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's got a minty smell.
It's that effervescence. You feel like you're skiing down a mountain in your.
You ever oh, wait a minute. Why do you sound weird, Anthony?
Yes, Anthony sounds a little thin, doesn't he, listener?
Are you
because I'm doing customer service in the Philippines.
That's correct. He's joining us.
I was going to guess that you're on a space station somewhere floating above us.
Anthony secretly
Thank you, sir. Thanks for calling T-Mobile. How can I help?
Listen, Steve, you're not in Nebraska. Stop bullshitting me. Yes, Anthony moonlights as a call center operator on the side. That's why he sounds like that.
Please give me your social security, sir.
Sure thing. What about these gift cards? I got how many?
We want to save you on your energy costs.
Look at this
Did you buy solar?
Now you can take care of this by buying 5 Amazon gift cards, $100 each.
How many gift cards do I need to pay my bill?
$100 each, please, sir.
I just want to get this charge removed off my credit card. What is happening? You'll get used to it, listener. He's joining us from far away, long ago, far away.
Yes.
But we're going to have a fun time. Couple of things to talk about. Fun.
Yeah, we're going to talk about a great show.
Great Spider-Man show to talk about. But first, we're going to talk about the news. Let's get to it.
The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
The show is amazing. It's spectacular even. Do you see what I did there? I want to start with this. That movie, Sinners, has released a second trailer. Of course, this is the movie written and directed by Ryan Coogler, starring 2 Michael B. Jordans, playing twin brothers, Haley Steinfeld. And we got more of a story trailer, and it does indeed appear to be about vampires.
Oh, shit.
A 1930s period about vampires, as was speculated. They didn't show a lot in that first trailer. And in this trailer, I'm wondering, maybe they showed a little bit too much, a certain scene, but we can talk about that. Anthony, let's start with you. Did you get a look at this? What do you think overall?
Yeah, that first trailer was really vague,
Very vague.
And I didn't do a ton of research into it, but it was intriguing enough. This one, I guess it is vampires. It looks like they infect each other by biting each other, so it's somewhat zombie-esque too.
No, but vampires always, they had to bite the neck and suck the blood, and you would turn the person into vampire.
Yeah. So I mean, it looks good. I would watch that movie. I think it's intriguing. The period piece part of it, the kind of the racial dynamics that you have with the time period that it's in. So I think I liked it. I don't know. I don't have a ton to say because I literally just watched it 2 seconds ago. So I'm still processing everything.
Ruggs, what did you think about this look, this vibe? I kind of love that there's authentic blues music. I love the guitars you see. And then all the white people are vampires. That's very interesting.
I was annoyed by the trailer.
Really?
Because it's trying, like, it spends a lot of time trying to set up this place that they all go to and I'm like, we know it's about vampires. Let's go.
Show it.
You know, I'm like, all right. I'm like looking at my watch. I'm like, okay, vampires, when are they coming? So I don't know why they have to bury the lead here, but I'm excited for this movie. I'm also excited for the next movie that he's going to make about old ladies that are horny called Cougars.
That should be a series.
I can't wait until that comes out.
Cougars.
But I'm okay with this for now. I watched
He's
Sinners.
doing that before Black Panther 3, I believe.
Yeah.
Haley Steinfeld looks great. And the thing, spoilers if you haven't seen this trailer, the thing that I was like, did they show too much? Is at the end, there's a reveal of her turning into a vampire, saying, we're going to kill every one of y'all. And I was like, oh, I hope that's in the beginning, and I hope they didn't ruin like a big thing. I can't believe they would. But I love the shots and the cinematography, the vibe. It looks solid. Looks really good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah,
I will give it
Geek
a
boner.
Geek Boner. It is coming out April 18th. We will definitely be checking this out. This is Delroy Lindo's in this. This is the movie. He was supposed to be in Blade, and this is the movie Ryan Coogler stole him from to put him in another vampire
This
movie.
is a low-key Blade movie, though.
It might be like Blade in the 30s, oh, maybe a little bit.
Like, I wonder if what's the name of the guy who's in this movie? Michael
D.
Jordan.
Jordan.
If he's gonna say something cool like Blade says, like some motherfuckers always try and
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
yeah.
We can only hope. I mean, he's got a good line in the trailer. What does he say? He's like, drink till you're drunk and dance till you stink or something. I forget what the line is.
You nailed it.
It was a good line.
Go
It was
ahead.
a good
about
line.
ice skating, okay?
And, it's nothing about ice skating. Oh,
Yeah,
y'all ready?
You didn't say it right.
Y'all ready to sweat till y'all stink? That was the line.
That's the great line.
Y'all ready to drink? Y'all ready to sweat till y'all stink? That's great. I mean, it's not quite
Bars, Imran. Those are
yeah,
bars
yeah,
right
it's
there.
not quite ice skating uphill, but it's
Let him sell it. I like him to see him try it. Spin it.
You keep dancing with the devil in the pale moonlight. Oh, that's the other movie. Anyways, there'll be some vampires, some blues music. Looks like fun. Listener, let us know what you think about this. You can join this conversation. Join our Facebook group. It's called Jock and Nerd Nation. Jock and Nerd. It is a closed, exclusive group where we're posting spoiler threads for a lot of stuff coming out this year. We've gone over the last episode, anticipating what we're anticipating for this year. We're going to talk a little bit more about what's coming out this year.
And that's a great sentence, too. Anticipating what we're anticipating this year.
Anticipating what we're anticipating. It's the pre-anticipation for the post-ejaculation. What? Anyways, join the Facebook group. Lots of fun. Moving on. According to Netflix, guys, we are not ready for what's next because they have revealed their 2025 slate.
I'm offended by this whole campaign because they're gaslighting me.
Yes, they are, aren't they?
Because guess what?
Yeah.
I am fucking ready
I'm ready.
because this shit was taking forever to come out.
Exactly.
Stranger
Oh,
Things,
shit.
the last season, how long have you been waiting for that? Well, I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
You don't tell me I'm not ready. I've been ready, motherfucker.
That's a good point.
Now, where are these shows?
Where are these shows? It's a good question.
Like Cobra Kai? Come on, it's
Damn.
finally coming out.
Yes. After
Like, I'm ready. Trust me, I've been fucking ready for this.
Ruggs disagrees with Netflix.
I fucking no, fuck you. Like they're trying to brainwash me. Like, oh, you're surprised? No,
Remember this?
it's like trying to. It's like being late to a party for like 6 hours and be like, yo, man,
I'm
let's
here.
go.
Where you fucking
Like we've been here, motherfucker.
They put out this cute little video of this lady office worker, and then she kind of runs through different Netflix shows. I thought it was kind of cool. What'd you guys think? You see her, you see Stranger Things, you see Squid Game, you see Wednesday, you see her running through these TV shows. It doesn't really show you any clips of the shows, which is maybe what I wanted, but it was kind of a clever way to promote their slate. I don't know. What do you think of this video?
It's a sizzle reel. I mean, but am I happy this stuff is finally coming out that we've been waiting for, that we've been ready for a very long time?
Let's get to what's.
Yes, I'm happy.
Well, let's get to what is finally coming out. In their TV shows category, the first thing we can get ready to enjoy coming out very soon, February 13th, Cobra Kai Season 6, Part 3.
Geek boner.
And then right after that, 6 months later, We have what?
No,
Are you ready? Yeah. June. The fucking ass end of June. Are we ready to wait? How many months is that? 5 months? 3 months? Like, what is this
so
bullshit?
you're talking about Squid Game season 3. They have given us a date, June 27th.
Am I ready?
So look, it's great that it's only 5 months.
We got rugs in rare form today.
Because I'm just insulted. You're not insulted by this? I'm like, who the fuck?
It's a little condescending, I guess.
It is.
It's a little.
Them trying so hard to be badass and then not realizing that we've all been fucking just waiting forever for all these shows.
Let's
These
go.
shows are coming out 3 years later.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And we'll talk about Stranger Things, and there might be a longer wait, but this is easily 2-3 years between seasons. This is unacceptable. Come on. 1 year is all you need.
But look at that. The first one drops February 13th, and the second one drops June 27th.
No,
you can't even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. They got to spread this out.
Cobra Kai is February 13th, right?
Yes.
And then Squid Game.
Yeah.
So there's nothing in between those months there?
There will be other things. I don't have the dates for everything. I'm just listing the shows that they're talking about and when they're coming out.
Terrible.
It's still terrible. Going back to Cobra Kai, they put out this little teaser sneak peek video, kind of short. Anthony, what'd you think of this? It's not really showing a lot, but it is setting up the return of the Sekai Takai tournament.
Yeah, I love Cobra Kai, as we all know. I think it's great. I like the way the show ended this last season with a cliffhanger with the dude dying. This teaser I actually didn't really like.
Yeah.
And the reason I don't like that is it almost just glosses over that death, and they're already training in the valley for this. It's like it almost lessens that death by them just going, oh, we're training now and we're going to get all together and we're going to do it. Like, it feels like they fast forwarded through a month or two of storyline to show this little like tease. So I thought the tease was a little, I didn't like it. I'll just put it like that.
I felt like I was watching footage that wasn't going to be in the show.
I think that's also probably the case.
But this is like in between season footage, right? You see like Daniel training Sam, you see Johnny training Robbie, and then the group of them. And then they're in the valley, and the guy from the tournament goes, that's why I'm here in the valley. Now that all this stuff is behind us, we need to continue. So my question is, are they going to continue the tournament in the valley now? Is this going to be?
Of course.
Holy
Of course,
shit. They're going to continue. The biggest tournament in the world is now in the valley. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. There's only one place to do it, and it's the valley.
Both teams are from there.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised they actually went international in that last bit of episodes. Like, that was crazy. It was great. It made it seem a little bigger. But, of course, it's all going to come back to the valley, as this is going to be the final 5 episodes.
That is the center of the karate universe is in the valley.
Yeah, of course. That's where you got to go. But this is it, the end of the show. So that
wouldn't it be great if, like, art created that, like, if all of a sudden the San Fernando Valley is the mecca of karate, and, like, all of like the great like masters leave like the East and come to fucking California.
There should be real Cobra Kai dojos. Yes, that would be hilarious.
So like all the fucking monks in Tibet are like, fuck this place. We gotta go to the palm trees.
I'm excited for that. And then, Squid Game Season 3, June 27th. Look, we don't got to wait 4 years. And it's really not even like a Season 3. It's like the second half of this story. He just split it in half. It's like 2.5. So at least he's only making us wait. They're only making us wait like a few months. Great. Black Mirror Season 7 will also be coming out this year. Can't wait for that. There is another show by the Game of Thrones people, Benioff and Weiss, who had 3 Body Problem last year. It was pretty good. This show is called Death by Lightning. So this is going to be their second TV show post Game of Thrones. There is a TV show coming out called 0 Day starring Robert De Niro. This is the first television show De Niro will be doing. He's never done a TV show, so that's kind of interesting. John Mulaney is getting a fun live show. Everybody's Live with John Mulaney, a weekly late night live show starting in March. He did a week from LA last year. That show was amazing. It was so good. It was so chaotic. It was like anything could happen at any point. He had a plan, but like shit would just happen. It was fantastic. Ruggs, Stranger Things Season 5 you mentioned. Now, here's the thing. Rumor is it's supposed to be the last season of this show, and the kids are like 40 years old, split into 2 parts, allegedly coming out October and November of this year. But I've seen articles saying that may be pushed back also. So was they're advertising it's coming out this year. And at this point, Millie Bobby Brown was like 11 when the show started. She's like 21, 22. I think she has a child. She's married.
It's been 11 years.
Yes, that's for like 5 seasons.
Wait, she had a kid?
Maybe not a kid, but she's married. It took him a decade to do like a little over 40 episodes of television. This is not acceptable. What are you doing? It should have been done in like 3
there's
years.
just something not right about it.
Yes.
It's terrible.
Yeah, the Stranger Things thing is very strange. Wednesday season 2 also coming out this year. It's a pretty fun show. I might check it out. Ruggs, The Witcher is getting an animated spinoff, The Witcher Sirens of the Deep. And that's coming out February 11th.
I like the other Witcher animated special. That was fun.
Okay, so you can enjoy that soon in a week. In terms of movies, you guys, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
And when's that coming out?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think probably mid next year or later. It features Oscar Isaac as the Doctor, Jacob Elordi as the Monster, Mia Goth, Christoph Waltz also in this. Sounds interesting. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck reuniting for a movie called RIP or R.I.P. I don't know some kind of heist thriller. We have The Electric State in March from the Russo brothers. I just watched this 2-minute clip they put out, and it looks all right. It's okay. I don't know.
Didn't we talk about that?
Yeah, there was a trailer, but they put out like a clip like today. And I was like, it's all right, whatever. Charlize Theron coming back, The Old Guard 2. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That only took 11 years to come out.
Yes, this will be out in July. Finally getting us with those mystical, magical superhero.
I'm out on that one.
No, come on. Charlize Theron. It was all right.
Nah,
all
I
right.
wasn't a fan of that one.
If you like the Knives Out movies with Daniel Craig, they're giving us a Knives Out 3. Those movies are fun.
Those are fun, sure.
Here's a great one. I've been waiting for this. Havoc, directed by Gareth Evans, who has given us the Raid movies, starring Tom Hardy. Spring of this year.
Interesting.
That one, Geek Boner. Absolutely. Give me Gareth Evans and Tom Hardy in an action movie. Fantastic. And then here's an interesting one. They're making a Happy Gilmore 2. I don't know how I feel about this.
I don't know how I feel about this either.
Adam Sandler will be returning along with Julie Bowen, Christopher McDonald, joining him, Bad Bunny, and Travis Kelce.
Trying to recreate lightning in a bottle. I don't know if it's possible.
I don't know if he's going to. I mean, if there's some good callbacks to the first one, I don't know how you can do another one.
I love a good angry Adam Sandler.
Yes.
That's always fun.
Yes.
But
I mean, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison are my favorite of his movies.
Those are your favorite
There has to be.
Sandler movies?
I think so. The early two. I mean, he made some good ones afterwards, yes.
those two are great. Those two are classics, all-timers.
Uncut Gems.
I mean, for like a dramatic, weird new role, that's great.
Waterboy.
Waterboy is also a classic I would put in
Big
there.
Daddy.
Big Daddy, yeah. What's that? Nikki? What's that one?
Lil Nicky.
Drunk
No,
Love.
Lil Nicky is not a good movie.
No.
Do not throw Lil Nicky
Punch
in there.
Drunk Love is a really weird movie with Adam Sandler where he's trying to play it straight. But then he does these Jennifer Aniston murder mystery movies that they're okay. And you got your grown-ups. I don't know. Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison. Go back. So
No, those two. You don't like Mr. Deeds?
yeah, it's all right. That's all right. I'm be excited to see the Happy Gilmore come back now. Whether they can keep.
Jack and Jill. That's his best.
Oh God!
Oh,
I
my
don't think
God.
that's a good one.
That's his tour de force.
Did he play both characters? Right? No,
He did,
yes.
Oh, no.
Played Jack
then
and
with a
Jill.
wig. Yeah, no.
He's done so many movies. It's crazy.
Yeah, he really has. He really has. So that
Wedding Singer. Wedding Singer.
Wedding
you gotta
Singer
give-
is
Oh, that's
amazing.
another one
Yes.
of his. That's one of his best
Yes,
too.
Drew
I
Barrymore.
also low key like 50 First Dates. I think that's.
Oh,
a good
that's
one.
not bad.
It's a good little romantic comedy.
Wait, that's the one with Drew Barrymore.
No, he has a few. That also
They're
was
both with Drew Barrymore.
Isn't blended with Drew Barrymore too?
Uh,
Or is blended with Jennifer Aniston? I can't remember.
but he's good
Blended.
buddies with Aniston. He's made a lot of movies with her.
Remember
Blended is with Drew Barrymore as well.
Oh my
was
God!
Spanglish. Remember
Oh,
Spanglish?
there was Spanglish. Man, this guy just kept going. And then you got like the.
So your favorite? What's your favorite? Is it Billy Madison or is you have to make a choice?
If I got to pick between those two, I'm gonna go Billy Madison.
What about you, Ruggs?
I love Happy Gilmore, and I love Billy Madison. I think I can't choose
It's
between
hard
the
to
two.
choose between those two.
I love them both. I think Happy Gilmore was my first love, though. I'll put it that way. Billy Madison came along a little later.
See, I saw because he does Billy Madison first, right? I saw
Right.
that first, and that was like he was like right off of SNL. It was kind of the start of this kind of weird Adam Sandlerism, and it was just ridiculous. I'd never seen anything like that. It was so funny. And then you see him kind of repeat the same shit over and over again.
Yeah.
Damn alligator bit my head. I got his eye.
Stop staring at me, Swan. Anyways, there's tons of lines. But that is your Netflix slate for 2025. I think we've all discussed any of those other things that sound interesting to you, Anthony, that I mentioned, aside from the stuff that you're into.
Havoc, I think, is the one.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's about,
Yeah.
but the fact that it's Gareth Evans and Tom Hardy
Yeah.
sounds interesting.
Damn
so.
straight.
Good pedigree right there.
Damn straight. That should be good. Bring it. All right, let's move on to some other things regarding the big sporting event this weekend. The Superb Owl, you can call it. Where you,
Yes.
where you,
It's a very, very special owl.
you got to choose.
Superb owl.
You got to
Yes.
choose either soup or bowl. You can't have both. So either going to have an empty bowl or you're going to drink the soup out of your hands. I don't know what kind of choice, Sophie's choice that
Or
is.
if you never get diarrhea, you have a super bowel. Yes.
Super Bowel is also
Yes.
great. I love a good bowling, as they say. But before we get to, I have a list of confirmed movie spots. Before we get to that, there is a trailer that's going to be shown that's already going to be out by the time the listener is hearing this, fellas. And that is the Fantastic Four First Steps. Apparently has been confirmed that it will be playing during Good Morning America on Tuesday, February 4th. So that is our future, your past, listener. So
It already came down.
it'll probably play it again at the Super Bowl, but it is out, and I hope it's something interesting. We will enjoy it and talk about it next week, along with these movies. By the way, record price for a 30-second spot this year, $8 million
Oh shit.
for 30 seconds of airtime.
Wow, you could buy a 1-bedroom in New York for that.
Yeah, you can buy a studio apartment with a rooftop deck for that money. It's true. Or 30 seconds of airtime on the Superb Owl. So, who is spending this money? This year, Disney, Universal, and Paramount. All right. We should be seeing trailers and teasers for Elio, which is
The pizza. It's a movie about
it's
pizza,
the
right?
next Elio's Pizza. It's the next Pixar movie. That is Elio's Pizza. I guess there's a Smurfs movie coming out. I don't know if this is
Yeah, no one cares about
animated live
that.
action. There's a movie called Novocaine. Have you heard about this one?
No.
It's from Paramount, starring Jack Quaid, Amber Midthunder, and it's about this, and Jacob Batalon. It's about this guy, Nathan Kane, who can't feel pain. There's a trailer. You might have seen it before a movie, and his girlfriend is kidnapped, and he's got to become an action
Yes,
hero.
I've seen this.
Yes. So it's Jack Quaid playing this goofy guy who just can't feel pain. And
Yes, I've seen this movie.
yeah, so that looks kind of fun. A new Megan 2.0, Megan 3, Megan, whatever they're on. I don't know how many Megans
They're
there
going to
are.
make millions of those.
Lilo and Stitch live action.
Whoa.
So, and here's the Marvel stuff. Thunderbolts, asterisk, and the Fantastic Four. Now, I'm hoping the Thunderbolts trailer is going to be a little more of a story trailer, because I'm still not.
No, that's not.
You don't think
It's
so?
not. These are 30-second spots, Imran.
Well, no, it'll be a 30-second spot that will be like, go watch the full trailer. On
yes, exactly. Yeah. There you
But
go.
do you think they'll give us more of the story at least? Because I don't know what this movie's about still.
It's about Thunderbolts, Imran.
I want to see the Sentry in his costume. I want to see a little more of the plot. I'm looking forward to that. We have Fantastic Four, Jurassic World Rebirth, Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali. We're going to see a bit of that. Live action, How to Train Your Dragon, and Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, also from Paramount.
So 2 of these movies we have already seen.
Which ones? We've seen first
Lilo and
trailers.
Stitch and How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, yes. These are live action remakes. Yep.
These are like remakes. These are not even new movies.
Correct.
Jurassic World is a remake or reimagining,
it's gonna be
probably.
Yeah. It's going to have the same
There's
formula.
nothing new. I mean, Thunderbolts is kind of new.
Fantastic Four.
Novocaine sounds.
Novocaine.
The pizza movie sounds different.
Mission Impossible. That's not new, but
And
it's ending.
the pizza bagel movie's coming out.
Pizza
You got
bagels.
pizza rolls coming out.
Totino's is making a movie.
Yeah.
Made by Totino's. All right, look, I'll be watching just to see what's up.
Will you? Will you be watching you always watch for
I'm
the
gonna watch for that and for the squares. I got squares. I bought 5 squares, so I gotta watch.
Do you get together? Do you have
No.
do you go to a Super Bowl
No.
party?
Yeah, I used to. I used to get invited to things. Not anymore.
What about you? What about you, Ruggs?
Do you go see people, Imran?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a hot time.
Yeah, are you? Yeah, that's actually
Like, go
a good,
see
good
people.
question.
What does that mean?
Are you social? Do you have people you hang out with?
You'd have to. What do you mean?
It takes too long for him to answer.
What do you
Like,
consider
hanging?
Yeah, the fact that he has to go, what do you mean?
Yeah, that's gonna be a no.
That's already tells you
It'd be a
enough.
hard no. I've been trying to call a buddy of mine for since the summer to catch up, and I haven't got around to doing that, and I feel bad, and I'm an asshole. But no, when is there time for that? I don't have it, and I'd just rather sit at home and smoke weed. I mean, what do you want? What are we gonna do? We'll go out and drink and spend money. Why? The fuck?
You don't need to go out and drink.
No, you
but,
don't.
Like, do you go to someone's house or meet up or?
No, I used to do.
No?
You know what? But I've done a lot of that. I did enough of that. I feel like I could take a break for a little while and just enjoy. Look, I enjoy being at home with the doggos and my wife. Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, maybe you invite people over to your place.
Yeah, but then you got to clean up and shit. It's a lot of work. Fuck all that shit. You got to get food. Jesus. But maybe I'll have a party. I'd have to
Invite some friends over.
Do I have friends? I'd have to find some. It's fine.
You have some people. Have some people from the podcast.
I used to know people. So, what? Hey, wait.
Invite Anthony. You'll go.
Yeah, no, he's not coming.
I would come over, but then I'd walk out and I'd need to wash my clothes twice from all the cigarette smoke that's in there.
Yeah, we'd have the window open and some fans on. It's fine. Get some Febreze in a goodie bag.
Cigs inside only.
Cigs inside.
Yeah.
Listen, what I think is more interesting than who is spending this $8 million is who is not this year. Sony Pictures, Warner Brothers, Netflix, Amazon MGM Studios, Apple, and Lionsgate not spending the $8 million. And that's curious, as Warner Brothers has a huge Superman movie coming out. I was kind of thinking they would give us a new Superman spot. James Gunn, though, has said, this is what he's doing. Let me know if this is a good marketing move. During the Puppy Bowl, there will be a spot featuring crypto in the Superman movie.
Yeah, that's creative.
It's different.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? $8 billion.
A lot.
I don't know who can just throw that around, but you would think the Warner Brothers would want to have some sort of Superman presence during the most watched television event of the year.
Absolutely.
But who knows? I mean, $8 million is $8 million. So
I watched the Puppy Bowl. It's kind of it pulls some numbers. You could switch back and forth. So maybe that'll make me watch it to see what he's doing. But and also interesting, Captain America. Marvel decides not to spend the money on Captain America 4. Instead, focus on the other 2 movies this year.
Well, Captain America 4 is
coming out next week.
After.
So possibly it's not worth. They've already done what they can do. So, all right, there it is. There is your actual content, and then they throw a football game in between these things to break up past the time.
Who do you got, Imran?
You know what? I don't know. I'm gonna go Philly.
What's the score?
Oh shit! I'm gonna go Eagles. Let's say.
Who are they playing?
The Kansas City again. I get it. And didn't they just play each other a few years ago?
2 years ago, yeah.
What was that score?
I don't remember.
All right, I'm going to go 27-24 Eagles. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
All right.
What about you? What do you got?
Oh, shoot. I don't know. Chiefs 31, Eagles 30. Something like that.
Okay. Ruggs, give us some numbers.
I think the Chiefs are going to win by 1 point, and it's going to be 30-31 Chiefs.
He just
Hate
said the
the
same
Eagles.
thing I said.
Yeah. I said by 1 point.
By 1 point.
Is that
I said the same thing.
oh, fuck you. All right. You stole my, I stole your fucking idea. But I don't like the Eagles because I'm from New York. So fuck them.
Oh, yeah.
So if Eagles win, would that be considered an upset?
Yeah, slightly, but I mean, it's not a big upset.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Do you think the game will be interesting, or are the refs going to just get paid to make everything go the Chiefs' way like they usually?
No. Yeah, it'll probably be interesting. Yeah.
Okay. All right. If it's an interesting game, then at least that's fun.
Well, listen, no matter what happens, the Eagles are going to fucking fuck shit up.
Yeah.
The Eagles fans,
true.
they're going to go crazy.
Oh,
They are
yeah.
a wild bunch.
I didn't want to pick the Eagles because I saw that video of that guy yelling at the Green Bay Packers lady, calling her the C word multiple times.
You ever see the
then he
guy,
got
the Eagle
fired
fan
from
who
his job.
eats the horse shit off the ground?
What?
No.
I've heard the Eagles fans are the worst, personally. That is what seems to be.
Look that up. Eagles
the
fan
narrative.
eats shit.
No,
That's-
why?
I do not want to get the viruses on my computer.
Oh,
that
no, I'm not
will-
looking that up. Was it on a bet? Did somebody dare him? Why would you do that? I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds disgusting.
I'm putting it into my.
No, don't search it. Listen.
Yeah, here it
Oh,
is.
God.
It's on YouTube. I'm going to give you the video.
No, is there a description? Read us the details. I'm not watching this. I don't want to watch somebody eat shit. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not watching someone eat shit.
I just ate some brownies. I'm not watching this.
Look, it's in the live chat. So there you go. This is if you ever got curious.
I'm going to pass on that for now.
Hard pass. I've already done 2 girls, 1 cup. I'm not doing it.
It can't be that bad. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
No, it's nothing like that. It's
All right, maybe I'll watch it during the break because we are going to take a break right now, listener. Play some promos, come back, discuss the premiere of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man on Disney Plus right after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
What's up, Jock and Nerd Nation? This is Logan at Mostly Superheroes, a podcast that was partly inspired by the Jock and Nerd podcast. We talk about a lot of the same stuff, MCU, DC heavy, with other content that comes out of HBO Max, Amazon Prime, Netflix, and more. We're committing to doing something new every day in 2021, so come join the fun, check out the schedule. Find us at mostlysuperheroes.com and enjoy the rest of the show.
Have you ever been reading through a stack of comics and thought, maybe I should see what this Arkham Asylum game is all about? Or been playing Marvel vs. Capcom and felt like you were at a real disadvantage since you didn't know who half the characters were? Well, Play Comics is the show for you. I'm Chris, and each episode we take a look at video games based on comic properties and how well they stick to that source material. So whether you know the comics and want to know how all these games work, or you know the games and want to find out where all this craziness came from, go check out Play Comics at playcomics.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
and nerd.
Listener, if you enjoy the show, this is a fantastic time to support the show and join our awesome Patreon fan club. Visit jockandnerd.com/Patreon.
Jock and Nerd.
And you can give back on a monthly or annual basis and get stuff. There's benefits, there's tiers. Got to say a big shout out. Thank you. Welcome to our new Patreon supporter, our boy Jess Rivera. We've known him for years. He signed up. I don't remember if he was on the Patreon and then maybe had to step away. He's come back.
Yeah, maybe he rejoined.
He's back, baby. We're happy to have you there, Jess. Thank you so much for your support, and all the continued support on Patreon means a lot. You get things like access to a bonus RSS podcast feed where the shows come out early. There's instant reactions, bonus movie reviews, bonus content. You can also join us for our monthly Discord hangouts. The next one will be Thursday, February 20th, 2025. And you can pick a movie. There's a tier where you get a t-shirt. Lots of fun things. You just have to visit jockandnerd.com/Patreon. Click the button, support today. All right, let's get to this week's review. We will be discussing the newest animated Spider-Man show from the MCU on Disney Plus. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It's a long-ass title. Here's your spoilers.
Strap yourselves in, you fucks. Spoiler time.
Long ass title. This was the show that was originally going to be called Spider-Man Freshman Year and was supposed to be in MCU canon, telling us the story of this Peter Parker before we meet him in the MCU. That's all.
Right.
That's all changed. It is now your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. The first 2 episodes are out. Has an interesting release schedule. All right, we had 2 episodes last Wednesday. It's going to be coming out every Wednesday. February 5th, you'll get episodes 3 through 5. On the 12th, episodes 6 through 8, and it'll all be done by February 19th as we get the final 2 episodes, 9 and 10. So the show will wrap up in 4 weeks. I kind of like that. And it has already been renewed through season 3.
Oh, wow.
Yes, which is how much they like it. They've given it 2 more seasons. What do you think about that release, first of all, as opposed to stretching it out over 10 weeks? It's a 4 weeks, get in, get out, half-hour episode, 10.5-hour episodes. I like that.
2 a week?
Yeah. 3, and then 2. 2, 3, 3, and then 2.
Yeah, that seems to be
It's nice.
better. Yeah, especially for a 30-minute show. Just get him in, take advantage of maybe some buzz for a few weeks,
Yeah.
but obviously 10 weeks of buzz might be a little too long. So, yeah, I think it's smart.
It's kind of like a sweet spot as opposed to like dropping it all at once or...
It's strategic.
Yeah. They got other things coming, so they got to fit it in the window. Anyways, we got 2 episodes. The first episode titled Amazing Fantasy. The second episode titled The Parker Luck. Love those titles. Anthony, you want to give us a rundown kind of what happens in these first 2 episodes so far?
Yeah, the first episode is about Peter going to high school. It looks like a magnet school or like a, what would you call that?
Oh, it's like a technical, it's like a high-end, what do you call it? A trade school, not a trade school. Like a prep, like a college prep school almost?
It's
Yeah.
specialized school.
Specialized, yeah.
Yeah, something. I used to call those magnet schools. I don't know if anyone calls that
Yeah,
anymore.
it's similar to that, yeah.
So, yeah, it's about him going to high school and getting bit and already gaining the powers of Spider-Man, and that's about it. And
Yeah.
that's really about it. I mean, there's kind of a lot going on.
Yeah.
I think, and then the second one, and then I'll go back. The second one is about him meeting Norman Osborn, getting an internship at Oscorp, meeting a bunch of people there, while also still balancing the life of being Spider-Man, and it ends on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Both of the episodes, the reason I'm having a little bit of trouble summarizing them, although they are somewhat simple, you do meet a lot of different characters, and there's a lot of like threads that play out over the first 2 episodes, so it's kind of hard to explain over just a quick summary.
Yeah, we'll get into it now. Here's the magic question. We know how Ruggs felt about this. I'm dying. I've not talked to him. None of us have talked to him about this show yet. Dying to find out, but we're going to tease that because Anthony, I'm going to ask you first.
Yay!
Overall, these first 2 episodes, give me your initial reactions there.
Initial reactions? Yeah, I mean, I've obviously I know what Ruggs is going to say.
Do we though?
I don't think there's ever been a time Ruggs has come into a show or a movie and said he's going to hate it and then actually been turned around. So
could happen.
Could happen today. I doubt it. As far as what I thought of this, I mean, I thought it was all right. The animation style is a little weird. I understand what they're going for. I just don't know that it works. You meet a lot of different characters.
Yeah.
So I thought like the first episode was almost a little scattered because I was like, how does this all connect? I think the things they do well are the cliffhanger endings. So like the first episode ends with it being Norman in his apartment, similar to the scene in Civil War with Tony in his apartment.
Yeah.
Then the second episode ends. You hit the spoiler button, right?
Spoiler alert.
That second episode ends, and Norman already knows who Peter is.
Yep, very quickly.
Who is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The origins and all that are a little different. It's a little bit more sped up. I like that he is down on his luck a lot of times. It is a little weird having the jocks like him. That's a little bit different.
That's different, yes.
So there's a lot of like different new like things that they're doing. I don't know. I thought it was all right. Like I didn't really. I was entertained by it. If there's that. So
yeah, we'll get into some of the things they tweaked, but then I got to mention in the second episode you get a Dr. Connors, and it's Dr. Carla Connors.
Yeah, you have Connors. You
The
have
Lizard is now a female
You meet-
scientist.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like different changes, right? You have
Yeah.
Harry, who he meets
Yeah.
in the first episode.
Yeah.
They're not best friends yet.
That wasn't MJ as I thought from the trailer.
There's no MJ,
Yes,
right?
there is no MJ.
You see Doctor Strange. The spider comes from an alternate universe. You see Amadeus Cho in this,
Yeah,
and the Wakandan girl. So they're throwing a lot of stuff there. So
All right,
Yeah.
here it is. It's showtime. Rugs. Opening thoughts.
Okay, so it's an Elseworlds.
Okay, yeah.
All right, which kind of it softens the blow a little bit because it's not in canon with the 616 or the sacred timeline or the MCU timeline. It's their own thing.
It's an alternate universe, right? We could say this is
which
alternate.
softens the blow
Okay.
a little bit. But even though it softens the blow, I even if you were to like say, okay, they're doing a different thing, even the different thing that they did, they rushed through it way too fast.
I would agree with that.
There's nothing has time to breathe. You're not building anything. It's just things are happening. And if you already know Spider-Man, then you're just like, yeah, they're just doing the cliff notes.
Well, but to be fair, it's 2 out of 10 episodes. They may go back and show us things. We don't know.
Okay. Then on top of that, you still don't have Uncle Ben in this?
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So
he's dead, and it's already happened.
Before he's Spider-Man, he has already lost his Uncle Ben.
So they're doing. They pulled Hot Aunt May in. They have no Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. It's like 616. Then they have this Doctor Strange spider thing happening, which is fucking. I fucking hate
He's
that
an alien symbiote.
Yeah, I just. And the way that he meets people and they just become his friends, and it's I don't know, man. It's just bad. It's not good. Like, I'll tell you what I did. There's things I liked about it. I did like some of the dialogue. I did like some of it being, it's snappy and the tone of it is snappy.
Yeah.
And the fact I disagree with Anthony about the animation. I actually think the animation is its strongest suit. I feel like it's really, it does capture like the early Marvel Steve Ditko type feel of these flats.
Yep.
And they do it really well. And it's got a comic booky tone to it. So I'm loving all of that. I just don't like anything that's happening. They swapped out every character they could swap. He's a 5 foot. For some reason, why is Peter Parker a shrimp? He's not supposed to be a shrimp. And women that are 1.5 feet taller are attracted to him, which never happens in reality.
That girl he has a crush on is super tall.
Yeah,
Pearl.
It's just bad. And like Norman Osborn just fucking is just there from the get go. Like, hunts him down. Like, maybe they'll find out. Maybe he always knew he was Spider-Man, but it's just, I don't know. It even in 2 episodes, you've already covered like 3 years of comics.
Yeah.
Like, before we even get like, when do we get to Norman Osborn? I think it was issue 14 of Spider-Man or something. Isn't it like 14 issues or before we get the Goblin?
Yeah, but they've done this in the past with like, remember Spectacular Spider-Man? All the characters were there in his high school. And that was that kind of
Norman
version.
Osborn is issue 14.
So that was like a year into Spider-Man.
14 as Green Goblin, 37 as Norman Osborn.
Oh, and then it was like another.
So they don't reveal him for like
another
3 years.
Year, another few years.
So I don't know. It's just I don't know.
All right.
If you're going to start a whole new Spider-Man, start fresh, like, take the opportunity to do things right. Now you're rushing through everything. You discard Uncle Ben.
Yeah, that's weird.
You get rid of the whole science-y thing. Like, the fact that he's a nerd and he wants to go see the science thing, that plays into his
but
thing.
they have that. He wants that robotics internship. He's real excited. He built this
but this thing happens in front of everybody in the universe. Like, everybody in that it's happening right there. And I don't know.
Right.
He has to like fight a guy. He should. I don't know. It just. You want to show that Peter Parker's brave before he's Spider-Man?
Yes, exactly. I actually like that.
No.
Okay, look. Let me tell you what I thought. Opening thoughts. I did not look. I didn't dig the trailer. I was very hesitant. I was like, I don't know about this with the art style and everything. I'll tell you what. I kind of like this. I
knew you would.
dug it.
I knew you
dug
would.
it.
I knew you would.
Look,
because as soon as as soon as that theme song had rap music on
dude,
it, I was like, Imran just jizzed his
they
pants.
had the 60s theme song, and then there's hip hop, and they mix it into. I love the.
I did
You're
like
such
that.
a mark.
I like the opening credits. The opening
You're such a
credits
mark.
were great, and I love how it ended on like the Amazing Fantasy 15 cover and those title cards.
Okay, but
change.
those things are like tricks. Those are easy things to
but
do.
Look, let me tell you.
Like, it's easy to like, hey, let's ape this cover, but it's hard to actually write something that's good. It's hard to actually like, hey, let's actually pull the things from the right things.
Look, as far as the art,
every cheap trick in the book that gets you.
The art.
You can't like just slip out of slip to the side and dodge that, and you're like, pay attention to what's actually happening.
I liked what's happening. As far as the art style, you get used to it, and then I really started to dig it because it looks like an inked quill pen line that's come to life, and I kind of love the way some of these characters are like drawn, the sketchiness.
I would agree.
I thought that was really cool. I thought the action, the web swinging scenes, and any of the action scenes with Butane and him chasing that car down, that shit was really good. It was well done. I liked him showing bravery a little bit before him, the jocks kind of bonding with him is weird. Uncle Ben dying before he became Spider-Man is weird. This whole thing with this portal that opens up right away, Doctor Strange, alien symbiote. And then it is kind of funny.
Yeah, but Peter Parker's supposed to be a selfish dick that realizes with great power comes great responsibility.
His wrestling moments. He doesn't.
That's like such a core character. It's like if Batman decided to become Batman because he liked bats.
So the change,
it doesn't. No, you don't defend it, Imran.
The change in I'm talking this out because you're right. The change of not having the Uncle Ben moment following him wrestling and letting the guy by, and then that guy killing Uncle Ben, that is inherent to the story of Spider-Man to teach him something. I don't mind the lizard flip. It's fine. What does Kurt Connors have to be, or Dr. Connors needs to be a scientist, needs to have one arm. That's all the qualifications.
Yeah, I mean, I could get along with that. That's fine.
I think that's fine.
But I think that the fact that they did this in the Spider-Man movies, in all the Marvel movies, and they just skipped that over. That's why I hated all of the Marvel movies, and I hated the character. And then finally, at the end of the one with all the three Spider-Man, No Way Home, they kind of do it. But it's like already too late.
Right.
It doesn't work then.
Kill Aunt May and said Uncle Ben. What is his thing?
But he's already been Spider-Man.
Right.
It's like, okay, like, no, it doesn't make sense.
I think it was funny that
the character is completely fucked.
This one random spider is just hanging out of this portal. Like, that's a little much. But if you notice, that spider crawls onto somebody's backpack. That could possibly
Miles. Maybe he's going to be another person.
Miles Morales, maybe they could introduce that way, right? I love the comic book panels and the way they're using that aesthetic. And like you said, I thought the dialogue is very sincere. The relationships are working the way he talks. It seems very current and like a teenager would talk. And like his stuff to his Aunt May and how much she means to him that was very sincere and heartfelt.
There were moments that were good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that it's all bad, but when you kind of fuck that major thing up, like what's inherently yes, he could be Spider-Man. He could be Spider-Man and be heroic and whatever. But then it's like, it's still just a superficial Spider-Man. It's not the actual thing.
I think I mean, there's a lot of Easter eggs. I feel like they're combining a lot of things. I like this flip too, right? This Lonnie Lincoln character who possibly may be the villain Tombstone. He is a high school quarterback. He is dating Peter's crush. And instead of him being a dick or a bully,
he's like a Flash.
Yes, he's like a really cool guy. He's very smart.
Well, he comes from a rough neighborhood.
Dude, that moment was like when he's walking home and you hear that awesome jazz music and you see the cop driving by. I was like, bro, this is like a Spike Lee movie right here. They're fucking. That's what it felt like. I was like,
that's very low hanging fruit.
Good. I thought that was good.
It's a very telegraph thing. But
let me jump in because I actually agree with both of you. I do agree with Imran in that, like, I think a lot of the dialogue is pretty good. There is some very sincere stuff. I think Spider-Man's personality himself, like I think they do kind of they do a good job with him being down on his luck and like always screwing up, being late and all that stuff. I agree with Ruggs in that I think they throw a lot at you really quick, and I think that's why I was like, wow, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
And I don't understand like the flow of each episode. It ends really well, but I think the flow of each episode is so scattered because they're like jetting through things. So like that's a little odd to me. I do think the Lincoln thing. I think it's like like I'm willing to see the change, but I think it's also a little odd. Like have the jocks like him, like everyone kind of likes him.
Yeah.
That's a little weird.
Yeah.
And them throwing in all these different characters, I think, are like fun Easter eggs, but also a little weird. The on the note though of like, I think you have to look at this like anything, right? Like it's another interpretation of Spider-Man.
Yep.
Similar to any popular media. I mean, we just talked about like Frankenstein is going to be re-released. How many times has Mary Shelley's Frankenstein been like reinterpreted, right? So I think this is just the way things are with popular media, and it just comes down to, do you vibe with this version of what they're creating? And I'm a little bit in the middle on it. Sounds like Ruggs obviously doesn't like it, and everyone likes it, which is about how the show goes most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't absolutely hate it. I just don't understand how people keep falling for this.
He's not a TikTok streamer, Ruggs. So that complaint is invalid. He was fucking with those guys.
No, you don't. It's only 2 episodes in.
I don't think he's gonna.
He's using your argument against you, Ruggs.
It's true. It can still happen.
Look, this is what happens with these Disney shows. They don't wait to dump the real big change. Like right now, they've made a lot of changes, but there's going to be even more ridiculously bad changes that they make to this whole story. And it's an Elseworld, so they can do it. So I'm not saying they can't because it's an Elseworlds, but this is not. I don't think it's worth spending all of this time and money on making it. Remember Spider-Man Unlimited?
Well, I mean, there's a long history of Spider-Man cartoon shows, right? Going back to the 60s, almost every decade has had a Spider-Man show, which is amazing.
Yeah, but
Unlimited was weird.
Yeah, no one liked that because
it was not Spider-Man. He went to space to other planets, and what the fuck was that?
Yeah, so I mean, this is not.
This is closer. Okay, look, I did think it was weird. He gets bit by the spider and passes out, and then it goes several months later, and he has the suit, and he already kind of knows what to do.
He's wearing a hockey jersey. Like, what the fuck is he wearing?
He's got these tanks and hoses, which I was like, I don't know about that.
Those are terrible. Like, why would you have anything dangling from your arms?
Right, you'll notice he has trouble. They get caught on shit. He's still trying to figure this shit out, and I'm sure.
How can I give him credit as a scientist?
Yeah, but is it?
When he can't even think of, hey, let me run it down the inside of my sleeve.
Yeah, but is that more credible than him inventing this magic small thing that probably is not possible? He's fucking 15 years old.
Is it more credible that he can invent web fluid? Yeah. But he's too dumb to realize that it's going to get caught up on things. So instead of running it on the inside of his arm where it's not going to give major, let it dangle in the wind while he's web swinging throughout the city.
It's the first version.
And doing acrobatics.
It's V1 of this thing.
It's fucking horrible.
Who
let that pass?
Okay, but
who let that pass?
Did you not
terrible.
Did you not? I like the part where he stops that mugger at the pizza place and convinces the guy to let her go because she was just down on her luck. I thought that was a very interesting exchange.
That's a Spider-Man thing to do. Sure.
Thing. He shows compassion.
I also liked when when the first time he stops the people and he takes a brick and breaks it on the guy's head.
They all go.
And I'm just like, that person's dead.
They all go.
He just broke a brick on that guy's head.
Yeah, that probably would hurt. No, but I like also
that's Home Alone 2 style.
When he stops the car and he's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that worked!" Like he doesn't know, he's still figuring things out.
I think what they're doing is they figure that everyone knows the origin stuff.
I think you're right.
I think they're running through all the like the Spider-Man 1 stuff where he's figuring out what he's doing. I think that's what they're going for in this. I don't know if it's necessarily the right choice because even for me,
but why start it at the beginning then? That's
what I'm saying.
That is weird.
I think it's weird. The pacing of the show is weird for me as someone that, while not as intricately knows the Spider-Man origins as you guys, has enough of an understanding to be like, wait a minute, they're zooming. Like, this is fast.
Well, I was confused when it started out and they were talking about Uncle Ben is not there. And I was like, wait a minute, is he already Spider-Man? What happened? But he's not. and then he becomes Spider-Man. I was like, oh, that's
Well,
different.
yeah, it's like they're combining
Yeah.
a lot of different
Yeah.
interpretations of Spider-Man into
Yeah.
one thing. So it does make for a little bit of like a jumbled, like, what is the what? It doesn't feel. It feels like somewhat unique, but like somewhat not. Like it's I don't know. I don't know if I have like the full gist of like the version of Spider-Man they're going for,
feel
because
like
they're combining a lot of things.
It feels kind of fresh to me, and it seems a little bit unique to me, and I'm really curious where they're going. Let's talk about some of these side characters real
Like,
quick.
what if they made Batman and his parents aren't dead?
Well, then
Like,
that don't work.
You know, or like his parents have been dead since he was a baby, and no one not get killed in front of him. Like, it changes everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So like, I don't give a fuck how far into the story we are. That has to happen.
Well, they're probably
right?
going to do the Aunt May thing.
They show you Crusher Hogan briefly on TV. There's a commercial as
That
they're flipping.
means nothing. That's just a
that's
little
Easter egg.
for you.
Nico Minaru, who meets the blue-haired, blue-lipped girl, she's in the comics. She's a Wiccan and a member of that group, the Runaways. So that might happen. And then the girl he has a crush.
Yeah, they really threw every character.
The girl
in
he has
here.
a crush on, Pearl Penguin, is a character called Wave, who in the comics is a Cebuano superhero. Anthony, I think that's like a Filipino, ethnic Filipino thing, Cebuano. And she also appears in the Marvel Universe. And then in the second episode, when he gets the internship, you meet Asha from Wakanda and Amadeus Cho, who will be another Hulk. They also, I feel like they alluded but it's a little clunky. I was confused because there's that scene in the second episode where he takes the guy down and he's holding a camera. And I was like, is this because he's going to be a photographer? Him bonding with the jocks was weird. I did love the butane.
Oh,
scene.
that was a little weird, actually. The camera, like, it was a little. I know what they were doing. They were going with an Easter egg, but there's no way a guy's taking pictures with like an old camera. Like, I mean, there are people that do that.
It was
but
like
not
a DSLR. It was like a Canon or something. I don't know, but it was strange.
It was a little strange. Speaking of strange, having Doctor Strange in the first episode.
Yeah, which universe Doctor Strange was that alien? So they already introduced like the symbiote kind of
it had to be
idea.
the Venom symbiote, right?
Yeah. It was like
and the Venom symbiote. It's already there.
Yeah, well, it was there and it got removed. It didn't leave a drop behind.
I totally see Ruggs' point.
Yeah.
Like they are just taking everything and like it's like this is the order
at you.
Yeah, it's like this is the order of the timeline, and they're like, let's like take the timeline and like jumble it up. Let's just like put it all over the
and
place.
we're gonna see like Dr. Octopus.
Like, would you want to watch this in like, let's take another, like, this is the reason, like, because it's Spider-Man and Marvel's already just fucking, like, I don't want to use the word rape, but I want to use as violated Spider-Man to the nth degree.
Yeah.
Like, people are just used to it and they don't care. It's like they're just letting it happen.
Possibly.
But if you did this with Superman or you did this with Batman, it just, no one would go for it.
Well, they did do it with Superman, and everyone hated Zack Snyder for it.
No, but the cartoon, My Adventures with Superman, changes a lot of things, and it's pretty good. It is another.
Well, I'm
this is the same person that likes this.
I like that, and I like this. It's
also a good point. You had to know that. It's so on brand though. I did, for what it's worth, I did like the music.
Yeah.
But right when that old school Spider-Man and it goes into hip hop, I immediately thought, oh, Imran.
But the music throughout the episodes was also great. Like the different musics.
It is good music.
It was good music.
It's fine. Yeah. It's fine. It's not my biggest pet peeve. My biggest pet peeve is that if you're going to start from the beginning, like, why not only rush through everything and throw everything in the kitchen sink at you, and change every character that you can, and then call it Spider-Man? Like, what the fuck is this?
I actually was legitimately surprised when I saw the first episode synopsis, and it was like that Peter's going to get bit in this first episode, and I was like, wait a minute, this trailer has made it seem like he's been Spider-Man. And then within that first episode, you flash forward and he's been Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was a little weird. I was also confused. I was like, oh, that's what we're doing. All right, maybe. And I was like, maybe they'll go back and fill in that few months.
No,
because I want to see the training. I mean, I don't even know if that's necessary, but I mean,
if they go at the pace they're going at now, show will end and it'll be Brand New Day
He'll be
storyline.
married already.
Oh yeah, I think the next 3 episodes are the next 3 or 4 episodes are going to throw so much at us that we won't even be able to.
Your head will be spinning.
Well, the other thing you see in the trailer, he's going to have so many different fucking suits, it might get a little too much.
Well, I have a Spider-Man question.
Yeah.
Does Norman ever? At some point, Norman finds out Peter is Spider-Man.
Yes.
When does that happen? Do we
in
know?
like the 34th, 35th
Yeah,
issue.
it's a big. It's in the. There's a great cover of him like Goblin flying around with Peter Parker and his shirt's ripped, and you see Spider-Man. So that happens around a few years after, in the 30s or 40s of the thing. So
does Norman already Green Goblin before like he even knows Spider-Man exists?
Well, we don't know as the reader.
Yeah.
We just because you never see the goblins. Like he takes off his mask, he's always in shadow.
Yeah, he just shows up. So
they keep him in a mystery the whole time.
So it is the same thing. Is the Goblin around because there's a Spider-Man, or is there Spider-Man? Because
So like you're reading Spider-Man, going, who the fuck is this Goblin?
Yeah. And then they do a great thing with the identity with the Hobgoblin too later in the 80s with Ned Leeds, and that's also fantastic. But that was like a big mystery. Well, they would tease who the Goblin was.
That's what made the comics good.
And Peter knew
because you were always like, who the fuck is this next Goblin? Who has the axe to grind
so
against
you would
Peter
meet
Parker?
Norman Osborn separately, and then he would fight the Goblin, and you didn't know until they showed you, but you'd always.
And then that's what made the Goblin really terrifying is that he knew who Peter Parker was and started fucking with the people that he loved.
So,
and
but
this really tested
So
him.
at the end of this, like Peter was dumb changing in the hallway before checking if there was a security camera. So he has footage. He's busted, and Norman Osborn's like, "You're Spider-Man." Clearly, this is where he's going to get the suits and shit, and he's going to have. It's kind of they're mixing Tony Stark with the Norman Osborn.
Like even like if you want to think about Spider-Man, when they rebooted it with Bendis, what was that called? Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, the Ultimate Spider-Man.
Like even Ultimate Spider-Man, even though they aged him down and they made him younger and they threw Mary Jane in earlier and all that stuff, it's still kind of it didn't move at this pace where like where in the 3rd issue, like you're already like guns a-blazing, and like every character, they still like took their time, even though it was a deviation from the actual.
But that's
story.
like monthly comics, and that's the decompressed writing. You can take your time. It was really slow. Like the whole series he was a teenager for years and years.
Yes. But that's what made it a very good reading. Like when you watch shows now, you grow up with these characters.
Right, right.
I think this binging thing is you're watching all of this shit in one shot.
Yeah, they're flying through some shit. That's for sure.
Like think about it. When you were a kid, you watched TV shows. They came out once a week, and then they filmed a show, and then after it would take 3 years later, you'd be 3 years older, and they would be 3 years older.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, fucking Screech is in high school. I don't know, whatever. But like, and AC Slater, they were getting ready for college.
I think we graduated the same year as Saved by the Bell, I think, high school. And that was,
so.
Or 90210, maybe it was something.
I think that the way that the sensibilities of the way that they just kind of fucking.
It's different.
They just mash things together, and then there's no sense of growth. It's weird.
I think you're definitely right. I think they think of these like a show like this. I think it's built for your TikTok viewing audience, right?
Almost,
right. Where it's just like I don't have a short I have a shorter attention.
Why do I have to have brain rot? Because they do. Like, why do I have to now like dumb myself down and be an idiot because these kids are fucking stupid?
You've got too much baggage. You can't watch.
It's called intelligence. Like I am, I can't stop being smart.
But I think if you didn't know the history of Spider-Man, you might be entertained by this.
Yeah,
I thought it was charming.
Yeah, I can see that, but ignorance is bliss. Yes, right. Of course.
It's charming. Yeah. I love that whole butane scene where he's like, "This is the wrong building, bro." And then Spider-Man saving a corgi. Come on, it's adorable. He's saving the fish and the animals.
There is definitely. I agree with. There's some stuff where I was entertained.
Yeah.
I think the endings are entertaining, right? Like as I'm going, oh, okay, like this would make me watch the next episode.
Yeah, both of the endings are fantastic. Where he's like, "You're Spider-Man." Also, he notices, I think on Butane's gauntlet, there's Oscorp logo on there. So we know he's not a good guy. This is going to be interesting to see how many costumes and villains they
just-
can shove into this thing.
I just wonder when the fuck Marvel is going to fucking do it right. They're just never going to. And it's their flagship character. It just boggles my fucking mind. It just boggles. It's their fucking golden character that they have that's universally known, and they just fucking keep violating him.
Sony got closer, which is wild, right? I think Sony got the closest.
What do you mean got closer?
Got closer to being accurate.
Yes.
It was,
you're talking about like
better. The Tobey Maguire first movie. As bad as that things in that movie are, like the Goblin costume and Tobey Maguire's performance as Spider-Man is lame.
But the Uncle Ben moment is great in that. You feel it. You have the whole thing, and you see.
But I think that what Marvel's doing, if I was like in their shoes, is I think they're looking at it and go, we don't want to repeat that story.
Right.
So they're trying to like spin it to like what has the audience
Why
seen?
does Batman always do it? And they have no problem going over the fact
they
that
stopped
Bruce's
doing that
parents
too, though. They
killed.
didn't do that in the Pattinson movie at all. Like they were like, no, but you know what Batman is.
Well, they don't. Yeah, they don't do the origin. But
They don't act like it never happened either.
Right.
I think there's a little bit of a fundamental difference. Like the only time Batman's really been in my opinion violated on screen has been when like Snyder implying that he kills people.
Yeah.
But for the most part, across like every Batman, even though the tones have shifted, the origins have always been like it's always been the same. Like he's motivated by the death of his parents.
Yeah, there's no reason to change it. But Marvel seems to have this fucking opinion that they could just take Spider-Man and wipe their ass with it.
So
you're not wrong. You're not wrong in terms of like the essence of the character and its origin, and the fact that everyone knows his origin. They definitely like to fuck around with like
to me, this is what it is. You have this complicated character that's at first like a coward that has no fucking self-worth,
selfish also
gets powers, and then that makes that asshole even bigger.
Yeah,
right.
And he becomes this huge asshole.
And he gets a lesson.
And then it takes a lesson.
Yeah.
It takes something bad for him to happen to him to fucking, and then for the rest of his life, he's got this guilt that drives him. And that's what makes the character great.
Yeah.
But they don't want to put that on these young kids because they can't take this idea of having ever being responsible for something that they fucking did wrong.
So
they just soften all the rough spots out.
Yeah.
And they just make him a fun little kid that's cute. Everybody loves him.
No, exactly. You're right about that. This is a world where Peter will do the right thing just because he's a good person. This is a world where there are no bullies and everybody gets along a little bit, right? So far.
Yeah, and it sucks.
Does it reflect reality? Does it reflect our modern change of things? Maybe, but it is changing the character.
Because in Batman's world, people don't shoot people's parents. You just trip them. and then, my dad got a skin knee. I got to become a fucking crime fighter.
Oh, he stubbed his
It
toe.
like, come on now. It's like you would never allow this with any other character. And this is the character you supposedly love.
Shit,
And I
like
can't
this
believe
show,
that
but
you just let it.
It's a good point.
You just let it happen.
No, I know, and look, I like the animation. I thought the action was good, but this Uncle Ben thing now it's gonna bug me.
Look, and I will concede that there's talent at work at this show. It's not a complete fucking piece of garbage. I can admit that there are things that are working.
Yeah.
But the central most important thing is that they've just glossed over the character and made it into something else. And I think that that's wrong. And I'm always going to think it's wrong. If you just you're just making your own new version because for some reason the version that's gotten popular and created the whole popularity of the character is not good enough for you now.
But things get outdated, right? You can't do.
How is that outdated?
No, but you can't do like the spider, and he goes to this radioactive test, and the spider is red and nuclear. They only did that because nuclear stuff was top of mind in the 60s.
But now genetic stuff CRISPR is here,
right?
That's fucking cutting edge.
So
AI, whatever you could do something with that, but this now you're going to Doctor Strange and extra dimensional being.
It's a spider from a Venom universe or something that bites him. I guess.
I want to barf. I'm sorry. If I worked at Marvel, I would be flipping tables like I was fucking. I was a New Jersey housewife. I would be flipping tables.
Side tangent, I read the first couple of issues of the new Ultimate Spider-Man, and this is yet another take from another side. It's an alternate universe where, like, there was a big cataclysmic event, a lot of Avengers died, whatever. But in this reality, Peter Parker never became Spider-Man. He is adult. He's married to MJ. He's got 2 kids. Aunt May dies in this cataclysmic event. Uncle Ben is still alive. And then a hologram of Tony Stark shows up and tells him, you were actually supposed to be Spider-Man and you need to do this and this. And then he becomes Spider-Man as an adult who is married and has children. He becomes Spider-Man. And it's interesting. It's not bad. It's very different. So it's just
it's interesting.
It's good. I mean, it's just so it's yet another take on this in a different way.
Imran, stand on business. If you like it, don't let Rod Boy swayed your opinion.
I still like it, but he's got a fucking point. That's what's now getting me, because he is right. But I had a good time. I appreciated the visuals.
Look, let's say this. Let's put this out there as an olive branch to Imran. All right, if you can. There is room in the world for Elseworlds. There is room in the worlds for what ifs, but I don't think they should be a flagship thing. I don't think they should be like the resetting the whole tone of the character, like, and now rebranding the character. I think that they should exist as fun stories on the side. And, and there's the thing about comics, right? You always had your main line,
right?
And then that would be sacred.
Yeah.
And then you had your offshoots, and you could do whatever you want, like an Elseworlds. You could ever do whatever the fuck. And it's not canon until you want to make it canon. And if people like it enough, then people deem it's worthy, then you can weave it in. And that's how it should be. And all right, so there's room for these fucking shows, but I just don't like that this is their big Spider-Man thing that they're doing.
But comics also had 3-4 titles of a character all running different storylines, but these are all canon and all happening at once or something. So that never made sense.
Yeah, they had an editorial team that was in charge.
Right, watching everything.
And they would manage it. I mean, they did this with Superman and Batman. They all had multiple comic lines going out. 4 a month for Batman, 4 a month for Superman, 4 a month for Spider-Man.
So wait, let me ask you this so far, because they said the reason they changed it, making it not the freshman year canon MCU one, it was kind of there was too many parameters. It was holding them back. They felt like they couldn't explore things, so they decided to just
probably like, hey, we want it to be Spider-Man.
Should they have stuck to the original idea of keeping this in the MCU?
I just don't understand why. Look, another reason is besides what Dan Slott had destroyed Spider-Man with and violated him with all of these alternate versions.
Took a while for his name to.
You have Miles Morales.
Yeah.
You have a clean slate to make a completely different Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Leave Peter Parker alone. You already have carte blanche with this other shit. All right.
Yeah.
So it's like, and people accept it and people like it. So like, why is there always the need to never like actually, give him his due? Or even pay respect to what he is. It's terrible.
Is it for
Imran?
Yeah.
Let me answer your question.
Yeah.
I think if they would have done the freshman year thing, they probably would have put them in a little bit of a box creatively.
Right.
So I think what they're doing now, I think, is probably the better move in terms of more creative freedom.
Yeah, and that's essentially why they said we decided to pivot.
And I think for their overall strategy, it seems like they don't want to make the animated shows must-watch TV if you're wanting to follow all the movies.
Sure.
So to make a freshman year TV show that's animated, I think that's connected to Spider-Man, I think would have made against the philosophy that they're trying to go for now with like separating things, so like animation TV.
Yeah, it makes it more standalone.
Right.
Absolutely. Look, we'll see where this goes.
I got a question.
Yeah.
I know Imran's answer. He will keep watching. I'm on the fence. I liked the ending, so I'm like kind of intrigued. But then if I forget about it, I'll forget about it. Ruggs, will you keep watching? Is the question.
I'm going to take a page from you and your Alkalite.
Whoa,
series.
you're gonna hate watch.
Oh,
Listen,
yes!
I'm gonna force.
I'm clapping.
I'm gonna force you fuckers to watch because I want to talk about this when it's over because it could save itself. For what it's worth, the critics got all 10 episodes and it's gotten very positive reviews from.
I was just gonna say, save itself in what way? This show is a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's already highly. It's got a good rating and people.
I'm not surprised because everybody likes the other Spider-Man movies that Marvel has made, and I fucking hate them. So what else is new?
Fortunately, look, I'm excited to see a Norman Osborn finally in a Spider-Man thing from MCU because he's a big part of it, and they couldn't do it with over there.
No saving necessary. I think it's already doing well.
It's doing well. I think it's going to be...
Why wouldn't it? It's Spider-Man, right?
It's Spider-Man. Spider-Man. All right. Look, we will... you guys are going to watch it. Well, it'll be over in 3 weeks also. It's not, right? It'll be over in a month.
Yeah.
And
it is an easy... Well, it is an easy watch. Maybe not for Ruggs, but it's an easy watch.
If you want to hate watch this, Ruggs, and put up a Patreon thing for every episode, that would, it's up to you.
That sounds like amazing. I should probably do that.
But I will fight you on it because I think the show's going to be good. All right, let's do some news from the nation, you bastards.
It's time for news from the nation.
It's time for news from the nation.
It stinks. It stinks. It stinks.
Stinks.
Ruggs, a couple of episodes ago, remember you were like, if anybody has any recommendations for series, TV shows, send them along. We got.
Oh, what do you got for me?
We got some comments and responses from Rick Martinez. His pick is this show on Netflix called American Primeval.
Right.
He says limited series. I think it's only going to be one season. It stars Taylor Kitsch, Betty Gilpin. The synopsis here, it says it follows the gritty and adventurous exploration of the birth of the American West, the violent collisions of cults, religion, and men and women fighting for control of the new world. The trailer seems kind of fun. I don't know if you heard about this. It looks kind of dope.
Yes, it's on my radar. I'm going to probably check it out.
Let me know. I saw this on the Netflix and I was like, oh, I wonder if that's any good. Apparently it's good. And then listener Dirk Overton, who follows us on Instagram, he's a Patreon supporter. How you doing? He also had a recommendation, and his recommendation is the show Servant on Apple TV Plus. It's his M. Night Shyamalan show. And he says 3 things will happen. 1, you'll fall in love with Nell Tiger Free. 2, you'll fall in love with Rupert Grint. 3, your faith in M. Night Shyamalan will be restored.
Oh, shit.
How many other shows can offer that? That third one, that's crazy. I've heard of this show. I've seen it on Apple TV Plus. I never clicked play. It is a weird show, from what I understand. Have you seen Servant at all? Do you know anything about this?
No, I don't know anything about it. Is it like a ghost show? Is it like a possession show?
Yes, there is some. It says a Philadelphia couple are in mourning after an unspeakable tragedy causes a rift in their marriage and opens a door for a mysterious force to enter their home. Lauren Ambrose also.
Is it a person?
I don't know.
I don't know. I got to check it out. It sounds like a spooky show, which I may or may not be interested
There's
in. There's
already 4 seasons of it also. Jesus, I didn't even know they were still making Servant.
Okay, maybe I'll... if something's been on this long and no one's I've ever heard of it, that makes me question.
Right, that's a good point. It is Apple TV Plus, and a few of their shows get talked about, but I don't ever hear anybody talking about
I don't know
Servant.
if I'm going to fall in love with Rupert Grint, though.
No, that's the guy from the... was he in Harry Potter's?
Is that Rupert
what is
Grint?
Rupert Grint is known for? Yeah, he's Ron Weasley from the Harry Potters.
Yeah, no chance.
He's all grown up, though. Not the little redhead kid anymore.
I love a good ginger, but
Toby Kebbell is also in this. Oh.
He is also. I mean, it's got a pretty stacked cast. Yeah. I'll throw it on. Maybe I'll know.
All right, let us know. That will take us into what are we watching? Anthony, you watched anything this week?
This week?
Yeah.
Trying to think. No, I'm going to go with no.
Okay, Ruggs, what'd you watch?
I watched some things. I'm going to put reviews on Patreon for these.
Okay.
I haven't done it yet because I've been very busy this weekend. But I watched a 3-hour plus movie called Babylon, starring Margot Robbie and Brad Pitt.
I remember hearing about this
amongst
movie.
other things.
Yeah.
It is one of the most insane movies I've seen. Reminded me, it's like if Quentin Tarantino didn't write the dialogue but wrote the plot of a movie. So it doesn't have any Tarantino dialogue in it, but like it seems like a Tarantino-y movie. If you can catch my drift, it's about Hollywood at when talkies were first coming out.
Oh,
so and the movie opens. I'm not gonna tell you what the movie is in detail because I'm gonna do that on Patreon. But the opening scene is there's a giant orgy happening at this house in Bel Air.
Okay, sorry.
It's like a Diddy party.
You got me already. All right, I'm watching.
All right,
yeah.
And all of Hollywood's gonna be there doing whatever fucking weird shit that they do at these orgies. And Margot Robbie is a wannabe. She wants to be in Hollywood. She wants to get into this party, and a lowly guy who's like the help helps her get into the party, and then you go from there.
Okay,
and it takes place in Hollywood at when talkies first come out.
Okay.
And it's like a little bit of like film history, a little bit of old Hollywood and new Hollywood kind of clashing for the first time, and crazy fucking weird shit like orgies and drugs and people doing mountains of blow.
Wow.
And yeah, there's all kinds of shit that's just out of control.
Yeah.
In this movie.
I remember hearing about this when it came out 2022. It's written and directed by Damien Chazelle, who directed La La Land and Whiplash.
Right.
It was a big flop. They spent $80 million on the movie. It only made $63 million.
This movie is all over the place.
3 hours long.
There's parts of the movie where you think you're watching a period piece, that's an Oscar-worthy period piece, and then all of a sudden there's a fucking crazy Tarantino-esque scene. End of like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with the Manson murders, where it just goes batshit crazy.
Oh, it's like that. Jesus.
Then all of a sudden there's scenes like that. There's naked people everywhere. Margot Robbie's not naked, but she's almost naked.
Is there like musical numbers or no?
There are a couple musical numbers. Yeah.
Huh. I'm very curious.
It follows different characters, like 3 or 4 different characters, and you kind of see them I think it's 4 different characters you follow and how they kind of navigate this big change in Hollywood. I actually, I don't know if I enjoyed it, but I thought it was an experience. And I was like, whoa, that was a crazy theatrical experience.
It's on Max now. I kind of want to check it out.
I broke it up into 2 sessions.
Okay,
so,
at least. Yeah. 3 hours, 9 minutes. Why is it so fucking long?
That's it was a long one.
Okay.
Then I also watched Wild Robot on Peacock because I like to see what comes out of the cock.
Yeah, the Wild Robot.
I was waiting to see what the cock is going to unleash on me.
The cock has some great shit. I'm waiting for Wicked to be put on there any second now.
So I also I'll let you know that I watched that fucking the Jackal.
Okay, wait. But Wild Robot. This movie looks like the Iron Giant. Is it good? Is it an Iron Giant derivative?
It's kind of Iron Giant-y, but not. Okay. It's more like I don't know. It's a sweet movie, I guess, about a robot who kind of discovers its humanity, and it has to, it needs to have something to do, right? So it has to have a prime directive, and it sees this duck and raises this duck.
Oh.
And it's kind of like about motherhood, and the
animation looks great.
It's an enjoyable film.
Okay.
It's enjoyable. I think that it's fun. If you have a bunch of people, grown-ups could like it. Little kids will love it.
Okay.
It's a good, solid movie. I'd say it's good.
Okay.
I expected it to be better, but it's very good. I thought it was going to be really, really great, but it just fell a little short of it. by my
I
standards.
gotcha. And then you finished Day of the Jackal. Isn't that great? Isn't that show awesome?
And the Day of the
Good.
Jackal was fucking fantastic.
It's a good show.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. So, yeah, man, I was busy watching all that stuff. I just started watching this new show, 2 new shows.
Okay.
I started watching The Night Agent.
Okay. There's a new season of that just came out. Yeah.
That's all right.
Okay.
I think I might have mentioned it last time. It
Yeah.
was like on the bottom tier.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to watch that. It looks
Yeah,
too Netflixy for me.
And then I started watching The Recruit.
Oh, is that any good? That's another CIA thing.
I've only watched one episode of it, but I liked it better than The Night Agent because it just has it's more of a funny show.
That's the one with the guy who's gonna be He-Man. No,
He-Man,
Centineo, but he's
and
not.
he took off his shirt and he was kind of flabby, but which is weird.
Well, he's not He-Man anymore.
He doesn't have 6-pack abs. I'll tell you that.
He's not gonna be.
He looks more like me than He-Man.
He's not gonna be He-Man.
Yeah, but it's about this guy who's a lawyer who he's working for the CIA, and he kind of like finds a case that's gonna crack shit wide open.
Okay.
So now he's finding himself in the thick of it.
So many CIA shows. They're fun though.
I know.
I've gotten into it.
I'm looking for the next one.
Right.
So that might be it, hopefully.
I'm checking out Harley Quinn season 5 is out. This show's still running. Still fantastic. Still hilarious. I love the Harley Quinn show. This season you learn more about the backstory of Poison Ivy and some other fun stuff. So, and then I just binged the second season of this show called Mo on Netflix. It is kind of a semi-autobiographical sitcom about the stand-up comedian Mo Amer, who's like Palestinian American. And the guy I went to high school with, I mentioned, Azhar Usman, who was in Miss Marvel. He's open for Dave Chappelle.
I'm Miss Marvel.
He wrote a couple of episodes of Mo. He knows him. It's a good show. It's kind of crazy. You learn a lot about the Palestinian American like Muslim experience here. They're in Houston. They're in Mexico. In the second season, it's a fun show. Easy to watch, half-hour episodes. So now here we go. Instead of ending with out this week, I'm gonna do a quick out this month. It's very soon. It's gonna be. I'm trying to keep track of these things. There's so much shit coming out. It's gonna be very hard to keep track of the shit. So just this month, February 2025. Here's where you got to mark your calendars for. February 6th, Invincible Season 3. First 3 episodes will be out. And then we'll release weekly until March. Cobra Kai, I mentioned, on Netflix. That is on February 13th. The last 5 episodes of the series. The next day, Captain America Brave New World comes out February 14th. The Spider-Man show will be coming out every Wednesday. That finale lands on February 19th with the last 2 episodes. And then on the 20th, Reacher Season 3 on Prime also comes out. So that's a lot of shit right there. And then March, we're going to get Daredevil. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things.
Well, Jesus.
Yes. I don't know what we're going to review, what we're going to keep up with. Definitely Invincible, Cobra Kai, Spider-Man, Captain America. A lot to look forward to. Comments, Anthony?
What?
Exactly.
I stick it up my asshole.
That's what I mean. All right. That's it for now, listener. Thanks. Ruggs, where can the people find you online?
Rug Boy Show. Someone follow me. I have like 10 followers.
Let's get him to 11, maybe 12.
I mean, why would you? I don't do anything, but
it's just nice to feel.
If you want, know what the thing is? The reason why you would follow me, because that's the only way that if you want to communicate with me, that I'll actually hear what you have to
if
say.
you have more recommendations for CIA shows,
Yeah.
send them to Rug Boy Show on X there.
If you have more alternate universe Spider-Man
Yes.
takes that Rug Boy would like, send them his way.
What do you think about
at
this?
Rug Boy Show, excuse me. Really, Rug Boy has been hacked.
Yes, that's been hacked. It's a bot. It's owned by Elon Musk now. What do you think of all these Spider-Mans? Just send him that question and you'll start a great engagement. Anthony, what are you doing this week?
I'll be in the great state of Texas this week.
You're going somewhere every week. Fantastic.
That's right. If you're in the Austin area, don't hit me up because I won't meet you up. But that's where I'll be.
Austin's a great town.
Is it? Have you been there?
No, I've seen pictures.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
You told me it's a great town, though.
It is fun, yes.
But that show, Mo, takes place in Houston a lot. So there's a lot of Texas in that show. Enjoy it.
Not the same, but all right.
Yes, it's different city.
It's not the same place at all, but okay.
Houston's the place that it snowed and people freaked out. Like, it's not supposed to snow there, and it snowed.
It does. If it snows in Texas, people do freak
They
out.
don't have shovels or plows or hats or gloves. They don't have that shit.
Or anything, yeah. Or the salt.
Yeah, salt. They don't know what to do. It's kind of crazy. In the meantime, listener, check out the episode description for links to how to support, how to follow, how to get in touch. It's all there. Thank you for listening to the Jock and Nerd podcast. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
And he's the nerd.
We'll peep you next time.
I like turtles.
You know, this theme song needs a hip hop beat, rap.
Yes.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
I'm going to drop a trap beat on this. Jock and Nerd.